or the FBI Director's Office, Christopher Wray, to debrief them on what was on this laptop?
No, but I really wouldn't expect to be. I think that would be kind of improper. And we know, I mean, Rudy Giuliani knew better than I did what was on the laptop, and he was President Trump's personal lawyer. So they could have gone to him. But look, I think at the time, just after we published and were censored by Facebook and Twitter, you had the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff, the Democrat, was on CNN, on MSNBC, everywhere, saying that the laptop was a smear from the Kremlin, that it was a plant. And that is exactly what Joe Biden said in his final debate against Donald Trump, using that scurrilous letter from the 51 former intelligence officials who had declared that it was Russian disinformation. And so at one point, shortly after Schiff started fanning out and putting his disinformation into the media, we had John Ratcliffe, who was the DNI, decided that this had to be answered, even though it was just before an election, 3 weeks before an election. He decided that he had to put out a statement saying, no, that this was not Russian disinformation. There's absolutely no evidence of that. And he asked the FBI, Christopher Wray, to do the same thing. And he spoke to Bill Barr about it, and Bill Barr agreed that that ought to be done. And so he put out a pretty unequivocal statement saying that it wasn't Russian disinformation. And then from the FBI, not from Christopher Wray, but from a woman, some spokeswoman for him, there was this really wishy-washy statement saying, basically, we don't disagree with what the DNI says, but not the full-blooded refutation of Adam Schiff's lies. And Christopher Wray ought to have known that they were lies because he had the laptop. He knew that it was real. And not only that, you would have expected that the FBI and the intelligence services knew what Hunter Biden was up to, because they had to have been keeping tabs on him when he was in China on a crack bender, because that was a threat to national security. He was the son of the vice president. So they knew what was going on. And Christopher Wray, for whatever reasons, decided that he would just lie low and do the bare minimum of what he'd been asked to do by Bill Barr.
But this is why I'm perplexed.